Hey Davis, if you could pick any superpower, what would you choose?
I think I'd probably choose flight.
Yeah, me too. It's pretty nice to be above everybody.
Ha! Hey everybody, I'm Davis.
I'm Jacob.
And this is episode 2 of the French Orca. So in this episode we have 3 games to cover each.
So we're just going to go in order of when the games happened. So first up, we got the October 10th games.
Canadians take it 4-2 against the Boston Bruins. That's a really sweet victory, especially for Habs fan. Canadians score early in the game, minute 25 in. David Desharnais, great goal. Happy with that. And they scored again early in the second. Lars Eller, first to 2 in the period. Had a great game, really happy with his performance. Carey Price lets in a couple tough goals. Plekanec, abs, and empty netter. Canadians take it 4-2. I'm happy with the effort. Eller had a great game. Really good start to the season for him. He's got 2 goals. That's 2 goals, 1 game. First 2 of the season. Hopefully he'll be able to get around 20 this season. 20, 25 is my hope. Other than that, I'm just really happy that the Canadians were able to overtake the Bruins. Those are some of my favorite victories in the season are the ones where the Canadians beat the Bruins because
Or the Bruins just lose.
Because I'm not really a huge Bruins fan. Yeah, I'm just really happy when the Bruins lose. Like, Bruins are what? Oh, and have they won yet?
Here, we love everyone, but f*** Bruins. And now for the other October 10th game, Canucks lose 3-2 to the Calgary Flames. Now, I know some people consider losing in overtime a half win, but unfortunately I made a bet with one of my co-workers and I didn't half win back my money. So the game gets off to a start. Dorset doesn't fight anyone within 2 seconds this time. Both goalies make a couple big saves, and then Dougie Hamilton scores because everything the Bruins do pisses me off! Anyway, then Bo Horvat scores a really nice goal. He picks the pocket and...
Oh yeah, the upstairs.
Yeah,
That's
right
so nice.
upstairs. Beautiful goal. And Jared McCann, his first NHL goal. What a shot. Holy crap. Finally, the teams start pushing and shoving a little bit later into the second period. Canucks keep holding on to that lead until Monahan, assisted by Gaudreau. This is quickly becoming my least favorite line in the NHL. That's how regulation ended off, so we are going to 3-on-3 overtime for the first time, baby! About 10 seconds in, Henrik passes to Daniel.
Oh.
He gets robbed by Jonas Hiller. I just think, personally, in my professional opinion, I think I like Kari Ramo a lot more in the net. The rest of overtime pretty much consisted of me screaming at my TV and waiting for an impending heart attack when finally Brandon Sutter coughs up the puck to Gaudreau. He puts it in the back of the net. I'm disappointed. However, I thought it was still a very good game for the Canucks. Ryan Miller stood on his head. He's playing amazing so far into the season.
He's having a career year.
Yeah, he's beating Carey Price. It's totally going to go down that way, too.
We'll see.
I didn't really find anyone super special. Jared McCann was obviously really nice, too.
First NHL goal, it's always a good night for him.
Always a good night for him.
Congrats to him on that.
Derek Dorset, I did not like in that game. I wanted them to play for Tannen from the beginning instead of Dorset.
Yeah.
I think he was playing bad. He was playing too emotionally. That was the only complaint I had. He played a lot better in the following games, though.
Alright, Canadian Thanksgiving. Canadians play Senators.
Hey, Davis, what are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for Andrew Hammond's groin injury. Condon for the Canadians and O'Connor for the Senators both get the start tonight. First time since 1967 that 2 rookie goalies start against each other.
Toronto Maple Leafs fans probably remember that year very well.
14 minutes left in the first, and Plekanec brings the puck around the net, takes a shot in the dark from about the goal line, maybe a little bit higher. O'Connor is cheating to the right a little bit, takes his foot off the post, banks off his foot in the net, 1-0 Canadians. So Ottawa Senators going for a DDD pass, Plekanec gets in the way, sprung on a breakaway. He's got, I think it was Carlson all over him, just on his back basically, finds the puck just in his feet, throws it in, 5-hole. 2-0 Canadians. So second period now, PK Subban comes in on the right wing, crosses the blue line, and drops it to nobody.
Can't prove that.
Pajot picks the puck up, walks in on a 2-on-1, throws a shot at the net, basically a carbon copy of what happened when Pacioretty scored on Bernier opening night. Just hit him, went through him. It's just like a rookie mistake, right? Like, it's just what happens, just shot hard enough to get it through the goalie, and now it's 2-1. So Canadians pressing a little bit, Subban throws a shot at the net, Torrey Mitchell just gets a stick on it, it kind of floats, and O'Connor doesn't see it. Canadians up 3-1, and that's where it stayed. Felt like Condon had a pretty good game. First start, first win, you take what you get. PK Subban didn't have that great of a game, but good players, they find a way to get on the score sheet, and he does with that last goal.
Alright, next game, Canucks versus the Anaheim Ducks. Canucks win in the shootout, 2-1. Now, there are a few things that happened in regulation time we could talk about. Pruss got over 1,000 penalty minutes, Cracknell got his first goal, but what I want to talk about is 3-on-3 overtime, because... oh my god. So the first 20 seconds of the game are pretty much an exact replica from playing the Flames. Henrik wins the draw, he goes into the zone, passes it cross-crease to Daniel, and gets stone cold robbed by Frederik Andersen. 2 is the amount of broken sticks that the Canucks got in the Duck zone both times. 1 is the amount of penalties that caused. And 3 is the amount of heart attacks I had. Anyway, somehow the Canucks kill off the penalty. There's a whole bunch more back and forth odd man rushes, and throughout all of it, I'm screaming like a white girl looking at new Justin Bieber pictures. So that all wraps up. We can all exhale, and we're going to a shootout. So first up, we have Jarrett McCann taking his first shot in the NHL shootout. McCann, he do it? He can't. Next up, we have Jakob Silfverberg for the Ducks, and what he does is what I affectionately have dubbed Lindening, otherwise known as shooting the puck. He scores laser of a shot. It's so hard for the goalie to save that. Next up, we have Radim Burbata shooting, and he takes Frederik Andersen to school. He had him going left, he was going right, he had him going the other way, that isn't left, otherwise known as starboard. What a goal. The Ducks send out Ricard Raquel and Corey Perry. Both of them miss, or get stopped by Miller. And Alexander Burrows scores the game-winning goal for the Canucks.
Next up on our list, we have the Canadiens at Pittsburgh. And from the opening draw of this game, I knew it was going to have a high tempo, and the game didn't disappoint. But midway through the first period, Brendan Gallagher has the puck in the offensive zone, dishes it off to Max Pacioretty, and he snipes a 5-hole on Marc-Andre Fleury. Now we're up 1-0. Penguins come back with a beautiful shot from Bo Bennett that beats Carey Price. Now we've got a tie game. Max Pacioretty gets the puck in the offensive zone, right by the hash marks, walks in, right in his wheelhouse, not going to miss from there. It's 2-1 for the Canadiens. So a bit later in the second, Chris Letang takes a bit of a weak wrist shot. Carey Price should have saved it, but he won 3 awards last year, so we're going to let it slide this time. So we're all tied up going to the third period, and about halfway through the frame, David Desharnais strips the puck from Penguins defenseman Sergei Plotnikov. Thomas Fleischmann picks it up, tries to feed him a pass, goes a little bit out of his reach. They keep going, they keep pressing the play. He picks it up in the Pittsburgh zone, passes it in front of Fleischmann. Fleischmann beats Marc-Andre Fleury, low blocker, 3-2, and that's where it stood.
So we got the Canucks at the Kings, and wow, this was a game that really showed either how bad the Kings might be this year, sorry Kings fans, your team isn't looking that good so far, or how good the Canucks could be this year. Alright, so opening draw, play is extremely physical in this game. Like, I was expecting it from the Flames-Canucks game. Apparently, it decided to wait until the LA Kings and Canucks game. I know these teams don't like each other, but holy crap, so many people are falling over, like, on top of each other. It looked like they were playing on a slip and slide. Both goalies are playing outstanding. Really, the only game I haven't seen yet so far is Kerry Ramo playing in the first game against the Canucks. That's the only game I haven't seen where the goaltending is standard to be from both sides, and that game was won 5-1. Anyway, scoring doesn't start until the second, where Brandon Prust gives a beautiful pass to Cracknell. He barely manages to squeak it in, but somehow it gets past Jonathan Quick. 1-0 Canucks. Cracknell, by the way, now has more points than Sidney Crosby and Connor McDavid combined. I wasn't a huge fan of bringing up Cracknell at first, just mostly because of the waivers thing, but you know what, Lyndon Vey and Biega got through anyway, and he's got 2 goals now, so I'm pretty happy with it. Later on in the period, the Canucks are controlling the zone. Alexander Edler gets the puck at the point. He snipes that thing. Top corner, right over Jonathan Quick's glove. Beautiful goal. It's 2-0 Canucks. And now it's time for the fun math segment of this video. 4 is the amount of penalties the LA Kings got in the second period, meaning that is 8 penalty minutes in a 20-minute period, and the Canucks scored 2 goals. None of those were in those 8 minutes. How? I don't know. Anyway, moves on to the third period. The Kings had a lot stronger third period. Their first 2 were pretty weak, only getting off 9 shots in the first 2 periods combined. They got 6 more shots in the third period, but it wouldn't be enough. Derek Dorsett gets the empty net goal off a nice pass from Jannik Hansen. 3-0 Canucks. Ryan Miller has his first shutout of the year. So, 3 things of interest in this game. Number 1, this was Jake Virtanen's first game. He just missed a 2-on-0 pass. It was an easy tap-in, but he's an 18-year-old kid, or 19, so you gotta think that those nerves are probably gonna get you. 2, just a little fun fact for you. If you want to know how physical this game was, the 4th line minutes outweighed the 3rd line minutes by 5 minutes. So figure that one out. And the third thing, was there an issue with the ice at the Staples Center today? Because, as I said, everyone was tripping over everyone else there. Jannik Hansen tripped himself up on a breakaway, and he's a really good skater. He's an underrated skater in this league, in my opinion. Yeah, but completely unbiased.
The issue with the ice at the Staples Center, though, is that the Lakers play there as well, so they're constantly like taking it up and putting it back. So it's not going to be perfect every single time.
Yeah. Anyway, we managed to come up with the win, so happy there.
So on a gorgeous Thursday evening, we have a battle of the goaltenders. Canadiens Price versus the Rangers Lundqvist. Canadians home opener. It was really good to see all the old Habs and lighting the torch. There's always a great spectacle to see before the game. This was a game that I was really excited to see because obviously of the goaltender battle that I mentioned earlier. So first period, scoreless, big surprise, like come on. Anyways, about halfway through the second period, Thomas Fleischmann picks up the garbage off of a block shot, beats Lundqvist. We've got ourselves a game now, 1-0. So late in the frame, the Rangers have an extended 5-on-3. Price makes a few great saves, keeps them in the game, and just as it expires, Rangers come in on a 2-on-1 and they're like, we could probably beat Price. Then Rick Nash is like, I got this. Shelf. And then Carey Price is like,
because he's flashing the leather.
So with about 16 minutes left to go in the third, Carey Price comes out behind his net to play the puck, and he sees a familiar face. Hey bud, remember me?
Years ago in the playoffs.
Just crushes Chris Kreider. He has a pretty good memory. You remember he put him out of the 2014 Eastern
Series.
Conference final. About halfway through the third period, Dale Weiss walks in from the right wing, fires a shot, beats Lundqvist. We got a 2-0 game. Looking alright. The Canadians would have an empty netter late in the period, and they win 3-0. It was a great game. You know, Price records his first shutout of the season, and the Canadians are now 5-0. First time in franchise history, if you can believe it.
All right, and now for some news around the league. Big day for goalies today. Both Roberto Luongo and Devin Dubnyk had some milestones. Devin Dubnyk with his 100th career win. The Wild have remained perfect with him so far in the season. And Roberto Luongo tied for 9th all-time in wins with Grant Fuhr today. And he's probably going to get another one at some point in the season. So
Let's hope so.
yeah, blows out his knee next game.
Also, this week, McDavid scores his first career NHL goal. Good for the kid. He'll be first of many, I'm sure. A little tip in. I'm sure we're going to start
Also
to
blows
see...
out his knee. Also, are we going to talk about the fact that the Kings, the Ducks, the Penguins until today, and the Boston Bruins all are winless so far, as opposed to the undefeated Arizona Coyotes.
What kind of alternate universe are we living in right now? Come on.
I mean, I know it's only been 4 games for most of these teams so far, but
it's
really?
an early judgment, but you would expect teams like this to have at least one win under their belt.
Or at least be competitive.
And here's a question. Which coach this year will be the first one to get canned?
Most likely Claude Julien.
I'm thinking Claude Julien, but another question is if he does get canned, who's going to pick him up?
Who's going to pick him up? What time does he get
yeah.
canned? And who does Boston use to replace him, too?
Yeah.
Can't take Babcock. And also, as it stands right now, the best goalie in the league is Martin Jones with a 0.987 save percentage. Not after 1 game, after 3. He has 2 shutouts right now. So, in my professional opinion, I think Boston needs to stop making trades with goalies for a while. You won with Rask. Don't do anything else.
Also, Brian Burke announces that this job with the Calgary Flames will be his last. And he leaves a great legacy. He won a cup with Anaheim. He drafted the Sedins. He had a great career. And I'm sure once he's gone, he will be sorely missed.
It's sad, but, you know, unfortunately the NHL said they were going to stop supplying him with hair gel, so he had to go.
Yeah, he was out of there.
And last thing for today, Jaromir Jagr hit 725 goals. He has now surpassed Wayne Gretzky on the all-time power play goals. His next to pass is Joe Sakic. Yes.
No way.
He has.
Unreal. I didn't even know that.
I feel bad for how little he's made. Well, I mean, look at us.
Yeah.
He's only making this many millions of dollars. But just because he's 43, he's still one of the best producing players in this league. It's crazy. Not even on the Panthers, in the league. It's speculated if he did not leave the KHL for 3 years, he would be the only person whose name is not Wayne Gretzky to have over 2,000 points in this league.
Wow. And he might even play long enough to get there.
That's a good point.
We don't know. He's the ageless wonder. He's so good.
In news today, Connor McDavid has retired from the NHL, and Jaromir Jagr has hit 4,000 points. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. That's it for this episode. Do things with the things down
Please
here.
like and subscribe.
Yeah.
And remember our question, who's the first coach to get canned this season? And if it's Claude Julien, where does he go?